Murik to Polaris Bank, apologize to Muslims or risk boycott. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. The Muslim Rights Concern has told Polaris Bank to apologize to Muslims or risk boycott over a memo sent by one of its officials on Friday prayers. The Islamic Human Rights Organization made this known in a statement issued by its director, Prof. Ishaq Akintola. The Eagle Online records that the official of Polaris Bank last week instructed Muslim staff not to attend Jummah service as warned. According to a further explanation by the bank, the official was said to have told the staff that it was not proper for them to leave the section empty without anyone to attend to customers. Reacting to this development, Murik demanded unreserved apology from the bank management within several days, failing which Muslim customers may start boycotting the bank. It said in the statement by Akintola, a senior official of Polaris Bank, Damilola Adebira last week addressed in a mail to Muslim staff of the bank in which she instructed them that they should not attend Jummah service. It is instructive to add that she added the threats any infraction of this directive will be dealt with accordingly. She did this through an email sent on Tuesday, 11th October 2022 at exactly 12:10 p.m. Murik strongly condemns this strong-arm tactic aimed at Christianizing the bank's policies and Islamizing Muslim staff of Polaris Bank. It is unethical, unprofessional, and intolerant. Besides, it is illegal, illegitimate, unlawful, and unconstitutional for any employer or his or agents to impose measures, take actions, or introduce policies capable of undermining Allah-given fundamental human rights of any citizen of Nigeria, no matter his or her faith or ethnicity. Damilola Adebira's mail is a flagrant contravention of Section 38II of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which says every person shall be entitled to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion, including freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom either alone or in community with others or in public or private to manifest and propagate his religion or belief in worship, teaching, practice, and observance. The leaked mail was greeted with outrage, bereavement, and nausea among Nigerian Muslims. Unfortunately, the bank's response to the concern of Muslims was not good enough. It was mild, vague, escapist, and deceitful. Polaris Bank has said the said staff had acted in ignorance, and we have addressed the issue internally. This is a very poor response. It lacked human face, human sympathy, color, and concern. It did not show that the bank has control over its erring staff. The bank responded as if Damilola Adebira is a sacred cow, an untouchable demigod. The bank, who had already found an excuse for a woman who made millions of Nigerian Muslims lose appetite overnight and set them to the abyss of psychological trauma through her uncouth behavior, intolerance, and exhibition of traumatized religiosity. We wonder why the bank is now the one telling us that the said staff had acted in ignorance. What ignorance? Is Polaris Bank aware that it is indicted itself in blaming it on all ignorance? Who should take the blame if your employee is an ignoramus? Did you train her well at all? What happened to post-employment training and retraining? What exactly did the bank management do apart from finding an excuse for her? What disciplinary measure has the bank taken, or is it just over like that? This is how matters are swept under the carpet in Nigeria. One of the Muslim staff barred from attending Jummah was last week by Her Majesty Damilola Adebira, the Alpha and the Omega, the one whose words in law is law in Polaris Bank. How does she and the bank assuage the unprovoked assault on the spiritual well-being? How does the bank mitigate the fear of Nigerian Muslims that they and their brethren cannot expect fair play, justice, and equity in the hands of Polaris Bank? All that the bank has told Nigerians is that we have since addressed the issue internally. How and when? When was that done to address the issue? What was done to instill discipline? What was done to ensure that no Muslim staff is so harassed in the future? This is no longer a private matter. It is between Polaris Bank and the Nigerian Muslim community. We demand transparency. Injury to one is injury to all. We are fully aware that this has also been happening in other banks, and we have started collecting reports around the country. We advise banks to review their policies towards their Muslim staff, particularly on this sensitive Friday question. Why is it so difficult for any bank to give its Muslim staff just 2 hours to go to the mosque on Friday, when Christian staff have the whole day on Sunday to satisfy their spiritual yearning? Here comes the Friday question once again. This issue remained naughty until Friday is officially declared a work-free day. But in the meantime, We must take such measures capable of sending a strong message to Nigerian banks. First and foremost, we demand apology from Polaris Bank. Nigerian Muslims deserve that courtesy, that respect. That apology should be tendered within the 7 days from today, Friday, 14th October 2022, failing which Muslim customers may start boycotting the bank. Nigerian Muslims deserve dignified treatment as Homo sapiens, Cosmos Mentis. Secondly, the first offender, Damilola Adebara, must go on a few days suspension. There must be consequences for unprofessional behavior. On her return for suspension, she must withdraw the memo sent to all Muslim staff. She must also send copies of the withdrawal mail to her Christian staff and Polaris Bank management exactly as she copied them the offensive email ab initio. Polaris Bank should not try to test our will. Whoever thinks Nigerian Muslims cannot mobilize themselves for unified action nationwide is living in delusion. This is the age of resistance against all forms of religious apathy targeted at Nigerian Muslims. Without firing a single shot, we are determined to teach our traducers lessons in religious tolerance and peaceful coexistence using peaceful and civil liberty gimmicks. On top, waiting, now this plenty English, they come outside. Wait, I'm trying to get things here. There's one thing he said that I'm like, okay, as what? Now you carry your 2 leg, go find work for Polaris Bank. I've said it before, and I'm speaking based on experience. I have somebody who work in a Muslim, in a Muslim, a Muslim organization. She dresses the way they want her to dress. She does not go there and say, it's my rights. I don't understand. I've said it before that the first formative years of a child, we are being taught discipline, obeying authorities. How you go use say for this organization, they know that place, is it a church? Is it a Muslim? Is it a mosque? Asking for 2 hours. Do you know how filled up bank are these days, especially during this after this COVID-19 stuff? Immediately after COVID-19 era, the banks, if you go there, you see a lot of customers, and you're asking for 2 whole hours. Okay? Madra. Let's hear what people have to say. Let's be using our sense. No Muslim will allow all his workers to leave the shop at a time for Jumat. What do you mean by boycott? Help me and ask this man. Show us Muslim beggars feel a street that Mary took out of the streets. Yes, now. It's not only about Muslim. I know God. I serve God. I worship. Where is it reflecting in your life? I beg you. You see why Nigerians they backward? You see China that doesn't have Christianity or Islam. They see that they move forward there. I beg you. Not Muslim customers, but Muslim staff will resign their appointments in annoyance. Dear Murik, this should be the best decision. In annoyance, Nigerians get people to find work. See, I'm not trying to belittle any religion here, but let's call a spade a spade. He's just blowing things out of proportion. It don't make sense at all. Alright, on this note, we've come to the end of the news.